VCX keeps climbing. Plus, Erebor Bank is the next investment. VCX is already moving. But the real question is, where does it go now? Stay tuned. What's going on, my savage? Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends about the brown time opulence, man. I had brought to y'all over a month ago, back in February, VCX. And this stock, if you don't know about it, you need to go watch my previous videos. But this stock has exploded and it is unstoppable. It keeps moving. I can't believe it that it's doing this right now. I did not expect this to happen, but we're going to look at the chart and see these levels that I done charted and see where the potential or where VCX can go. And then stay with me, because next we're going to talk about VCX newest investment that could change the banking world. All right, here we go, man. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I got VCX Fundrise Innovation Fund right here charted for y'all already, and I'm telling you, this thing is moving and it is unstoppable and could potentially go even farther. As you can see, I know y'all see these yellow line money, man. What is that right there? That is my trend lines for as we on a bull trend going up. Basically right here, you see this top yellow line is going from the bottom $31 all the way up to $575. Yeah, VCX reached $575 yesterday. Depends on when you're watching this video. Then my second yellow line, as you can see, a little bit more horizontal going northeast, is right here. Then my bottom one that I got on the bottom going up is underneath all the prices. Now, the reason why I do that is because I created a bullish funnel right here. If you can look in between where you see the candlesticks, you can see this space, and that's the bull funnel that I just created. And then with VCX going to 575, it created another channel that can potentially, where I think VCX is going to go, that potentially could be the big bullish funnel right here. As y'all can see all this open space. Now, how you look at this? Let me zoom in a little bit. So right now, as y'all can see, we trending, still trending up, but on this second line, which is the top of the first funnel of the bull funnel right here. So if we trade back down into the funnel, then I'm expecting VCX to trade in between these two yellow lines right here, all the way up until we get to this crossing point, which would be $636, and then we have to make, then VCX is going to have to make a move, either up or down. And as y'all can see, if it goes down, if we get to 636, 634, and we get it to that point to where VCX looks like it want to come down, then we can come all the way back down to this bottom yellow line. I'm trying to make it simple as possible. So the people that don't understand the chart can see how I charted this and why I charted it like this. Now, on the other side, if we get above this line, this second yellow line that I'm on right here, where the candlesticks are at, if we get above this line, I can see this trading on top of the second yellow line right here, and potentially see all this space where 575 at. You see all this space? If we can trade on top of this line, VCX could potentially go up to the top, all the way where this yellow line is at the top, which would be around the same area, but the tippy top right here would be 705. See, that's why I'm doing this. So now the potential of VCX could go all the way to $700. That's where you can see VCX going in the future. Now, I don't know. I can't predict the future. Like I said, this ain't financial advice. But I'm seeing VCX continuing on this bull trend and moving up. I don't know exactly if VCX is affected by what's going on in the world for this war in the economy, but it does not look like it. Maybe people just trying to get in because of the companies, the top 10 companies that this ETF, this is what it is, innovation fund, venture capital fund, is holding. Now, with that being said, you still got to go in with caution and explore your risk. Your risk is this thing could everybody could sell and this thing could plummet all the way back down to $31. That's the risk. But you got to limit your losses by moving strategic. That's why I'm showing y'all the chart right here. So, like I said, that's the potential. Now, I'm about to show y'all the risk real quick. I'm about to tell y'all the risk real quick. And I'm trying to make it simple as possible. That's why I made this channel. That's why you need to subscribe. I'm trying to make it simple as possible. So the first line of support would be this bottom yellow line right here, which would be around about 370, 380, somewhere around there. If we hit the bottom of this and we get to this line right here, as y'all can see the 200, the 50 EMA right here too. If we get to the bottom of this line and touch it, then the next candle we break, the next two candles we breaking through, going back down, then we're going to go down to this next yellow line, as y'all can see right here, which probably would be 248, 250. Then if we break that line, then we go into my horizontal line right here, which is at 200. Then if we break that line, then we're going all the way back down to 31. That's the potential of the risk that you have. You had to break through all these levels. So like I told y'all right here, if we get down to 380, if we get down to 380 and break through this yellow line, we got to break it. Just not touch it. That we got to break through this yellow line and continue going down. Then we potentially go back all the way back down to here, which is 250, 240. Then from 240, if we continue going down, we're going to 200. Then 200, we all the way out. That is your risk in VCX. But the potential and the growth that this thing is on is why I got to tell you the risk, because it could absolutely change at any moment. Now, same thing on the opposite side with it going up. It could keep going. It could keep exploding up because this innovation fund, this ETF has changed the game to let retail investors into the private companies. And not only has it let regular retail investors invest into these private companies, Fundrise Innovation Fund invest in Erebor Bank. The Fundrise Innovation Fund has announced a new investment in Erebor Bank, a newly chartered national bank built from the ground up to serve the technology industry. Founded by Palmer, the co-founder of Oculus VR, Erebor Bank is designed to serve startups, technology companies, and individuals who work at and invest in them. The bank aims to fill a gap in the market left by the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank in 2023, which had been a primary banking partner for early stage technology firms and venture capital funds. Erebor Bank plans to offer lines of credit backed by crypto or private securities, loans for AI chips, and other products tailored to the needs of technology businesses that traditional banks have been reluctant to serve. The banks received conditional approval from U.S. regulators in October 2025 and was granted its national charter in February 2026, with deposits insured by FDIC. Erebor. The bank investors include Founders Fund, Anderson's, Lux Capital, and 8 VC. Investments in private company technology companies like Erebor have historically produced some of the strongest investment returns. However, the opportunity to invest in them before they go public has remained largely out of reach for most individuals. The Fundrise Innovation Fund, VCX, is designed to bridge the gap, giving individual investors low-fee access to the types of companies that have traditionally been available only to top venture capital funds. VCX still changing the game, man. They still changing the game, investing into a bank that's going to focus on crypto, defense, and AI infrastructures in startups and in technology. This is a game changer. And I'm thinking it's only going to add to the VCX hype. Now I done found this video. Now I done found a couple of videos talking about Erebor Bank. So we're going to take a look at it. Look at these and listen to them.
A new bank backed by billionaires with ties to President Donald Trump has received preliminary approval to operate in the U.S. Erebor Bank, supported by Peter Thiel, Palmer Luckey, and Joe Lonsdale, has been granted a conditional charter by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the federal agency that regulates national banks. Headquartered in Columbus, Ohio, Erebor is co-founded by Thiel, the billionaire behind Palantir, Luckey of defense contractor Anduril Industries, and Lonsdale, chief of venture capital firm 8VC. All three donated heavily to Trump's 2024 re-election campaign, highlighting the close ties between Erebor's founders and the current administration. Erebor Bank plans to operate as a digital-first bank, offering traditional banking products alongside virtual currency services. Its goal is to attract tech firms and ultra-wealthy clients, providing lending, custody, and payment services over digital asset rails. The bank has pledged to become the most regulated entity conducting stablecoin transactions, seeking to increase broader acceptance of digital currencies and even accept cryptocurrencies as collateral for loans. Thiel's Founders Fund and Lonsdale's 8VC have invested, valuing the bank at $2 billion. A source close to Erebor told the Financial Times the bank intends to be a stable, low-risk, reliable bank doing normal banking things without undue risk. The preliminary approval allows Erebor to hire staff, solicit deposits, and build infrastructure, though it still requires FDIC approval and audits on cybersecurity, capital, and anti-money laundering procedures before it can become fully operational. Interestingly, Erebor's name draws from Tolkien's The Hobbit, like Palantir before it. Erebor was the lonely mountain, home to elves and later the dragon Smaug, famous for hoarding gold. This nod to Tolkien reflects the founders' history of using literary references for their ventures. Erebor's approval signals the Trump administration's openness to digital currencies, even as Congress debates central bank digital currency regulations. It's the first de novo bank to receive a federal charter under Comptroller Jonathan Gould, who previously worked for Bitcoin mining firm Bitfury and has ties to digital finance. Cryptocurrency has surged under the current administration, with legislation like the Genius Act supporting stablecoin issuance. The Trump family itself has invested in multiple crypto ventures, including World Liberty Financial Incorporated and American Bitcoin, signaling a broader push into the digital finance sector. Erebor is the first such bank approved since the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank in 2023, which shook America's startup and venture capital ecosystem. Some lawmakers, including Senator Elizabeth Warren, have criticized the OCC's decision, warning it could lead to taxpayer-funded bailouts and destabilize the banking system. With billions in backing and a focus on digital assets, Erebor Bank could reshape the U.S. banking landscape, bridging traditional finance with cryptocurrency in a post-SVB era. Its full launch, expected in 9 to 10 months, will be closely watched by regulators, investors, and tech innovators alike.
Now, there was a video explaining Erebor Bank right there, man, for y'all. Y'all can go just type it in on YouTube right here and pull up all the other videos. But the last one I want to take a look at is one of the founders of Erebor Bank talking about the bank.
You know, I'm not working on Erebor in an operational day-to-day capacity.
Sure.
I'm a board member.
Yeah.
I founded it because I wanted this to exist. You got to remember that the finance industry is full of people who love finance for the sake of finance, right? They're truly in love with all the levers and the machines and
they're in love
how
with
it
leverage.
works and what. That's right. And in addition, they probably like what it enables. They like free flow of capital. They love the ability to leverage things. Like I get that. Similarly, I'm a VR guy. I love VR for the sake of VR. I love what VR can do. I love that it can be a home theater. I love that it can be a classroom. I love that it can be a time machine. But I also strictly love it for the sake of the technology itself, that you're presenting an artificial view to your peripheral nervous system that is sufficiently advanced as to convince a body that has developed for millions of years to discern what is and isn't real. Like that's incredible. I love it. I would love it from a tech perspective, even if it were useless from an everyday perspective. And I would say that is not how I am with finance. I don't love finance for the sake of finance. I'm not a finance bro. I want something like Erebor to exist because of and for the sake of my love for all of these other technologies. If something doesn't exist, a safe, reliable banking partner for people like me who care about tech for the sake of tech and what tech can do, if something like that doesn't exist, people are going to have a hard time. So it's a little weird. It's one of the few finance companies that's started by somebody who wants it to be in service of all the other true interests they have, rather than the culmination of their own personal interests. Like I guarantee JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. These firms were not started by people who said, I don't really care about banking, but I do want to make this technology work.
There it is, my savage. Y'all leave a comment down below. Tell me what y'all think about VCX and by Erebor Bank, the new investment for VCX. And where do you see VCX going based on the chart, or do you got another number where you think VCX might hit? Drop that comment down below, man. Don't forget to like the subscribing channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, man. This Brown Time Opulence Money Man, your host, and I appreciate y'all for coming. Y'all already know what time it is.
My savage, Money Man in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should already know my name when I speak in CC Flame. Got my YouTube popping, man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Money Man, you already know.